So a person in our Inkstitch Facebook group is asking for instructions on how to digitize this logo. Probably as of this current version, I know that Gus said that there are newer version, beta version out that will turn a fill into a satin stitch, but just with this version, that's the latest version of Inkstitch. Use the trace bitmap, turn my optimized fader up to around 2, and single scan brightness cutoff, hit apply. And then I'm going to go to my layers and objects and just hide the image. And we need to clean up some of this on the bottom that did not translate well. Let's see. Zoom in with my nodes tool. I'm just going to remove these nodes real quick. And we're going to focus on the other part of this logo. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is this is a fill. This is your SVG, but this is all fill stitches. So first thing I want to do is go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Tools Fill, and Break Apart Fill Objects. And hit close. And there should be like about 12 different paths. So first thing I'm going to do is select all of the paths. Go to my Fill and Stroke tab. Go to Stroke Style. I'm going to change this to, well, this is 0.065. I am going to turn off the fill color by hitting the X in the color palette with all of them selected. And now I'm going to hold my Shift key down and select the outline color or the stroke color. And there you can see that is our stroke. So now we go back to my layers and objects. Using my nodes tool, let's start with this one. So one of the more complex objects. We need to break this apart. So I'm going to start and selecting a couple of the nodes and removing that segment, delete the segment between two non-end points. Zoom out a little bit. We need to break it apart at all 4 corners here. And we're going to use the break path at selected nodes. Let's just break it in between these 2 nodes here. We'll just work our way down this one object. We'll break it here. We need to break it at these 4 corners. We'll do this one here, here, and this corner. I'm holding my Shift key down while I'm selecting the nodes. We're going to break the path at the selected nodes. Let me verify. Okay, yeah, it did. So we need to come here. We need to break it. Let's break it in between those 2. Let's break it in between these 2. We need to break it at these 4 junctions here. 1. Actually, let's go here, 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 and here. And again, let's break it this segment here. So now with all of those nodes and segments broken, with it selected, we'll go to path, break apart, and there you can see it's every one of them is, every line is a separate path. They're still selected, so I'm going to hold my control key and hit the letter G to group them. And then let's go into this group, and using our nodes tool, we'll go here, we'll select those 2. I'm going to hold my control key down with those 2 selected and press the letter K to combine, or you can do path combine. And so those will be your 2 rails for your satin stitch. We'll select these 2, Control K, our path combine. Same thing here. Control K. Control K. Go one more time. Control K. Now we need to come here and we need to connect these two paths. Well, I think this was the end node. Yep, that's it. I'm going to select that one and this one, and we are going to join selected end nodes with a new segment. And we'll come over to this side, select these two while holding the shift key, select the two end nodes and join them together with a new segment. Come here, select, hold the shift key down, select that one, connect these two. We'll come here, select our end nodes, join them with a new section, and one couple more times actually. Join them together. And last one, yep. So now we have that one selected. We'll hold our shift key down, select the other one, Control K to combine them. So now we can go with our rails combined. We can start drawing rungs to define our stitch direction. Just work our way around. Okay, that's done. We'll come here, we'll do the same thing. Use our pen tool and draw our rungs while holding our shift key down. Okay, work our way up the chain, same thing. Draw about 3 rungs on this one. Okay, so with all of them selected, I want my stitch order to go something like this. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I selected them in the order that I want them to stitch out. And with them all selected, we'll go to Extensions, Inkstitch, and it is Edit and Restack Objects in order of selection. So now they are in my preferred order of stitching. I'm going to select all of them again and go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Tool Stroke, Jump Stitch to Stroke, and hit Apply. Close it, and now you can see our jump stitches, but now we need to go and clean that up. So I've got all of my jump strokes, or jump stitches rather, selected. I'm going to make them thinner. Just reduce that to 0.2 millimeters. Alright, and we'll start with this one. We'll go to our nodes tool. We'll select the line in between so that my end nodes are highlighted, and we'll add a node in the middle. Insert new nodes into selected segments. Deselect all the nodes and grab that middle node and just push it up. And then now you can kind of tweak the line so that it will be hidden underneath your satin stitch. I'm going to add another node in this segment. Again, let's move this up here and we'll make a couple of adjustments, curving that line to get it underneath our satin stitch. Well, no, let's back up. we need to select all those again. Oh. Okay, we forgot a step. So here we have them in the right stitching order. We're going to select all of them again and go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Params. We're going to turn off our running stitch. It'll now be a satin. We're going to add a center walk underlay. Okay, so we need to make a couple of adjustments to some of the lines. That one's stitching correctly. We need to change that one. So the only two we don't need to adjust is this one and that one. So we'll hit apply and quit. And we will select that one. Holding my shift key down, selecting these four. I'll go back to Extensions, Inkstitch, Params. And what we want is we want them stitching from the outside coming in. So let's see if we reverse the first rail. Okay. Very good. Hit apply and quit. And then we will select all of our paths and go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Tool Stroke, Jump Stitch to Stroke, apply, and close. Now the ones that are not highlighted are our jump strokes, so now I'm going to select those jump strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm sorry. That one and that one. And we're going to thin those out a little bit. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, that one doesn't look too bad. It should be good. We'll just kind of, excuse me, need to use my nodes tool. And we'll just kind of curve it a little bit. This one needs to be placed underneath our satin stitch. So we're going to select both the end nodes and add a node in the middle. Oops, sorry. Have to deselect it and get the one in the middle, and we'll just route it underneath our satin stitch. Same with let's do this one. Select our two end nodes, add a node in the middle, deselect, and place our jump stitch underneath our satin stitch. That looks good. And then one more time. We'll add a node in the middle. Oops, sorry. Deselect. Let's do that. There you go. Now, we'll select everything and we'll go and look at our simulator. And see if it will show. Yep, there are no jumps. Very good. Another thing we need to do is probably come in here and make sure that our nodes are delete that one, that there are underneath our move aside for a second, that they're underneath our satin stitch. Same here. Oh, apologies. Here here. Do the same here. One more up on top there, two more actually. All right, now we should be good. So that's basically how you do it. I'm gonna to shorten this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll fast forward this video while I digitize the rest of this object.